Hello, and welcome to day one, if I get it uploaded today, hopefully. I'm planning to get this up on the 18th. If it's not, it'll be on the 19th, and then that's going to be interesting. But welcome to day one of the 6 Days of Morphotron. And that is to say, the B&M £10 knockoff of third-party Hexatron. Which is to say, a third-party knockoff of 6 shots. Because no matter what people say, third-party are just very expensive knockoffs. Because they're using something they haven't got the license for to make money. That's my stance on third-party. That's why I'm not, generally speaking, a fan. I'd rather support the official release and see how we go from there. And can I get any decent light on him? Kinda. There you go. This guy is big. He is big. And basically, each of these days, I'm going to spend some time and I'm going to go through each of the 6 modes. Today, I'm going to focus on the robot mode. Okay? That's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to be blunt about quality and things like that. But, remember, I like knockoffs. So, we'll see how it goes. And this is just for scale. Just for scale. Combiner Wars Bruscus. He is what? Up to the shoulder? Near enough? Like up to the neck piece? He's maybe a little bit shorter than that. I know you're at a bad angle. But he's not far off Combiner Wars Bruscus height. He's a big fella. He's a big chap. And considering Bruscus cost me, hang on, 16, 32, 64... say 84 quid, and this guy cost me a tenner. You know. Let's just, put that one out there. 90 if you include Shockwave, but why would you? Because Shockwave didn't build the Combascons. So yeah, I don't know what the quality is like on the original. I've never done third-party figures. Again, I do believe they are basically knockoffs. Yeah? They're probably very well done knockoffs. They might be characters that haven't officially been done, or people don't think have been done well enough. But they are knockoffs, let's be fair. It doesn't matter how much you like them, you've got to be able to admit that they're making figures of something they don't own. Which is what a knockoff is, or a bootleg, or whatever you want to call it. That's what they are. Okay? But they're very expensive bootlegs. Now, I like knockoffs, but I don't like wasting money. And if I'm going to be shelling out that kind of money, I'd rather give it to the official ones so they can keep making more things. If you keep giving it to third party, it's like, what was the thing? Like Napster and stuff, and LimeWire. They shut them down because they were costing the film industry and the music industry millions and millions and millions of pounds. So they shut them down. That's what third party is to Transformers. But no, you all seem to think it's absolutely fine. And everyone thought LimeWire and stuff was fine. But they got shut down, and they were justified in shutting them down. I like LimeWire. I use LimeWire, trust me. But they are justified in shutting them down. Understand what you're doing is technically wrong. Even if you enjoy doing it, you've got to understand it's wrong. That's my point of view with it, okay? So don't go ramming it down my throat, oh, third party's better. No, third party is illegal. Well, not illegal, but you know what I mean? It's not the real thing, so I'm not interested. Now, let's get away from the politics and rubbish. This guy is... he's not great quality, as you can basically see from there. Where this is splitting slightly, you can see one of the pegs that holds it together. Now, I have intentionally, during the couple of weeks I've had this, I have not gone around with a screwdriver or floor polish. Screwdriver, I could tighten up a couple of these joints, I could floor polish a couple of things, and he would be pretty good. Maybe a spot of glue here and there if I needed to. But I haven't, intentionally for these reviews. Okay? And there we go. I'm trying to think how I can do this now, because technically I'm plugged in and the wire's not going to stretch very far. So I'm trying to think how I'm going to get this guy who's so tall. I didn't think this through, I'm rushing tonight, okay? So let's just try and take a bit of a tour, shall we? There's the head in this. Can I get without such glare on it? I haven't got quite such glare on it. There we go. And it's in this kind of shiny, pale turquoise. It looks pretty good. Yeah, it's quite nicely moulded. Not that you can really see, but you know. But yeah, looks kind of good. Until you look at it from the back, and it's hollow, and it doesn't turn. So it's just one hollow piece. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I don't care. I think that's part of the novelty, you know? I'm having to do this shaky cam, unfortunately. Next time I will try and work out a way of getting the camera raised properly without me having to hold it with my other hand. But I like the cheek of going, you know what, let's just have the head hollow. I like that. He's got the wings on the front. You can have them open if you want, which, you know, reveals this, which I'm guessing is just the same as the Hexatron, but now the wings are getting in the way of the arms, so I don't know why you would. I suppose it's personal preference, but, you know, some people like lots of things that are bad for them. You know, he's got the big claws on the shoulders and stuff like that, you know. It's all very hinged, and this arm, again, this arm I could take a screwdriver to and tighten that up, but I haven't. The hands, as far as I'm aware, the hands should have open and closing fingers, but as it is, they've just moulded it with a C grip in the middle of the hand, so it looks like he's got like 2 sets of fingers, because that's not a thumb, that goes all the way through. Really weird. He's got the swords on the hips. I'm guessing those are black repaints of Hexatron at some point. I don't know. As far as I know, this should be a wheel, but they've just moulded it solid. You know, why not? He looks really good. I can't complain. He does look really good. I mean, like I say, a little bit of tightening here and there. You know, nothing major. The heels. Heels are a weird one. Is this what it's like on the original? Because they seem out of step. So when you stand him, there's about 1mm or so gap, and then he sort of rocks back onto him. Is that what the original's like? Because I doubt it. So that's one of the slight things I don't like about it. I don't know. Maybe I can just tighten up. Because again, these are kind of loose, and you can't see any of that. Hang on. This kind of loose. I mean, I could tighten that up, and maybe I can use that to press, because it is kind of angled, like maybe it's supposed to hinge down and press as a heel. It's not supposed to go just straight back, but it's too loose, it doesn't do it. So he is a little bit back heavy. I'm trying to destroy my laughably what I call a set. The wings are alright, they look hollow, and I'm not sure what these bits are for. These bits here. What are these for? Because I haven't found a reason for them. I don't know if there's supposed to be some extra kind of hinge piece on it, but I haven't found a use for that yet. I'm not sure what it's for. They're alright. They've got the little moulded flip down landing gear thing in there, landing gear skid, which I thought was quite, you know, ambitious for them, but they've done it. This part in the middle here is a cockpit for one of the modes. I think it's for the tank mode, and it also conceals the wolf head. Yeah? Sorry, I keep tilting the camera because I'm not paying attention. Conceals the wolf head. But if you open these, oh look, it doesn't hold together very well because the hinges are too loose. So again, I can tighten that up and that'll hold it. There's also a lot of flash plastic in there that hasn't been trimmed off. Again, I haven't fixed any of this. I've left it intentionally. These are the handguns, which are in the same plastic as the head. They can be taken off. I've just mounted them there because they look kind of cool as back cannons. I will be trying the weapons out. All that, and these pieces on the back of the hands. These are quite flimsy, they are quite loose. Yeah, they are quite flimsy, they are quite loose. If you're rough with them, they will come off. They've come off on me. But they pop straight back on, and once you've done it once, you go, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't be so rough with them. And it's fine. So don't be rough with it. It's kind of the general feel with this whole figure. Don't be too rough with him. You don't need to. But people are like, oh no, he's knockoff, he's rubbish quality. Look, I've done this, which would break a normal figure, and it's broken him, so he's rubbish. Don't buy him. Come on, guys. Give him a chance, will you? Don't just go, oh no, he's rubbish. Because to be fair, he's not. For a tenner, he's really not. I did watch one other guy's video on this, and I'm trying to adjust my camera so I can tilt it up as much as I can. I watched one other guy's video on this guy, and one of them, he basically went through it, all the transformation, all the modes in like 5 minutes flat, maybe 10 minutes, I'm being, exaggerating a bit, and he just ripped it to pieces. But you could see on his shelf of all the other stuff he's done, he's got a lot of the third-party stuff, so I think he's a little biased, personally. I can't remember his name, so I'm not going to name drop, it's not worth it. But he basically said that he couldn't use the weapons. Mainly the swords, but the weapons in general. So let's just get these weapons off, and let's see how it goes. Because the weapons do store on the back, and these store on the hips. See these little bits here? These move pretty much independently. You can move them both at the same time. You can move them independently. They'll move forward, back, blah blah blah. It will become important in some of the other modes. But the swords have got pegs either side, and they just tab in. Fine. Let's take the other one off as well. One slight thing I don't really like about this figure, considering how big it is, and because I haven't tightened the the heels. Whenever I go to lie him down, I've got to lie him on his front, because if I try and lie him on his back, his swords are sticking out, and it doesn't work. So I know that's petty, but that's something I don't particularly like, and something I should be able to rectify with the if I can fix the heels, and he'll stand better. Now the guns, there's no issue at all. They might have been a little bit snug the first time, but they just go straight in. So if they say the guns don't go in, they're wrong. They do. They just go straight in. This one, yeah, a little bit tight, goes straight in. Not an issue. And the arms will ratchet up and all the rest of it. It's just, pew 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 pew. I'm just trying to show they will hold the weapons more than anything. Okay. Now this is coming to the one that they really don't like. The swords, which are beautiful. Fair dues to them. Look at that. They are beautiful. Really good looking weapons. So they've just got a 2 randomly put on each of them. I don't know why. But apparently they can't hold this weapon because you can't just slide it in. So the guy couldn't work out how to do this and didn't even try. I mean, clearly, because you can't just slide it in, it must be completely impossible for them to hold these weapons. I mean, there's no possible way on Earth that you could use any kind of logic or reasoning or, common sense or anything of those sorts to work out how you can put these weapons in their hands. It's a scientific impossibility. I mean, oh wait, hang on, how'd that happen? It's really not hard. Just put them in sideways and twist them. You saw me doing it. I just put it in and then twist it straight. Yeah? Hey look, you can twist it in the hand. It's not hard. I don't know what the problem is. I'd done this before I saw the guy's video, and I had this guy in hand while I was watching the video, and I'd already put the swords in, and I'm like, how did he not work this one out? I don't understand that. I don't get it. I really don't. He's a very foolish man, by the sounds of it. I'm not knocking the guy. I don't want to be mean or anything like that, but I don't know if he's intentionally being biased to try and make people not buy the knockoff of a knockoff, so third party don't lose money. I don't know. He could be being paid. I don't know. I don't want to throw slander around. I don't want to do any of that. But this figure isn't as bad as people make out. If you've got the money and you can afford masterpieces and that's all the kind of thing you buy, then maybe it's not for you. But if you like knockoffs like I do, you're Joe Average and you think, a tenner, it's worth it, just be a little bit more gentle with it, it's worth it. You know? Why not? We're not all snobs. I know saying, oh no, this is rubbish, the quality's terrible. That is a snobby thing to say. I don't mind people looking down on like pound shop Transformers, you know, things like that. Because they kind of deserve it, and that's kind of the charm. But this guy, he's legitimately quite good. And as soon as these reviews are over and I can actually tighten this up properly, I'm going to be even happier with him. So, take from that what you will. So, yeah, I mean, the articulation's there. As far as I'm aware, he's pretty much just like his third-party self. I haven't had the third-party. I don't know if anyone's bought one and they want to send me one so I can compare them. Believe me, third-party's not going to get any of my money anytime soon. Not anything nasty about him, I'm just not interested. It's not my kind of thing. This guy's quite good. He's a little over-fiddly for what he should be, but he's not bad at all. The instructions are pretty bad, so I had to work a lot of this out by feel, but, you know, I've been a Transformer fan for 30-odd years, I think I can work it out by now. And I've just aged myself horribly. 30 might be a bit excessive, though, hang on. Whatever. So, yeah, this mode is pretty good. I'll move on to the next mode for the next video, and I'll release these every day, hopefully finishing on Christmas Eve. That's if I get this one uploaded today. If I don't, today being the 18th, if I don't, it'll be the 19th, which means my last video will be on Christmas Day. So, yeah, there you go. If anyone gets one of these for Christmas, please let me know. Because, or tell you what, before you take it out of the packaging and play with it too roughly, watch these videos, okay? Yeah, I just, something that came out with my Look What I Found video. This one kinda ratchets. This one no longer ratchets. That's as soon as I tried to bend the elbows the first time. This one I did off camera and it was very tight, but it still ratchets. This one I did, it was very tight, and now it doesn't ratchet. But considering it's got the weight of the sword, yeah, let me move this piece out of the way. For some reason it's getting in the way. It's got the weight of the sword, and it's not bending. You know how Bruticus did with Shockwave in his hand? Yeah, he's not bending. So there's more than enough friction and stuff to hold the weapons. If you lose the ratchet, it's not the end of the world, okay? Don't panic. Wow, this video is nearly 20 minutes long because I've been ranting and raving. Yeah, okay, I'm going to abandon this now, and I'll get on to Form 2, which